Chargement.
Impressive.
Ça, c'est de l'entrée.
Ah, my son. I was looking for you.
What can I do for you, Your Eminence?
I wanted to ask you. You are the son of Sara de Ricci, aren't you?
Deloitte.
You see, your mother and I were supposed to meet here on this very spot. I was supposed to hand her a very important envelope. But I haven't seen her.
If only Mother had told me why she was coming here. Anyway, I ought to take the envelope. It might have something to do with her disappearance. Listen, if it will help, you can always give it to me.
Ouais, attention, confrontation. Durant une confrontation, vous devez franchir des étapes en vous montrant le plus convaincant possible. Les confrontations ont des conséquences sur la suite de l'histoire. N'hésitez donc pas à utiliser vos compétences. Chaque confrontation affiche une interface indiquant à quel point votre interlocuteur est convaincu.
Thank you, my son. I'll bear that in mind.
Peut-être complice quand
I'd
même, mais je
rather
préfère.
deal with her directly. Don't take it personally. Would you happen to know if your mother has arrived yet?
Certainly, Your Eminence. Mother got here some time ago. I was hoping to find her when I arrived, but given the hour, she must be asleep by now.
Right. I shall see her tomorrow then.
By the way, Your Eminence, I wasn't aware you knew my mother.
Ah, if you only knew, my son. I hold your mother in the highest regard. She has rendered great service to the church. And
Si, il nous
her
raconte sa vie.
help is invaluable. I hope that you will follow in her footsteps.
If only she had told me where she was headed.
Nonetheless, our exchanges have always been discreet, and I should like them to remain as such. If your mother wishes to speak to you about us one day, I will not mind if she does so.
That is very commendable. But since we work together on a daily basis, it's surely just an oversight.
Most certainly.
Attendez, je veux juste vérifier un truc.
Tell me.
C'est en anglais.
You said you work together. What do you do exactly?
Qu'est-ce que vous faites? Faisant partie de l'ordre Doré, secret professionnel désolé. Ouais, je vais mettre secret
If you know my
professionnel.
mother, you will understand that I cannot answer you, Your Eminence. I'm sorry, but...
Do not worry, my son. I perfectly understand, and I expected nothing less from you. Discretion and secrecy are both pillars of the
Yeah.
organizations for which we work. You are the worthy son of Sarah.
All the same, it bothers me to see you in a quandary, Your Eminence. Is there any other solution? Look, if it's of any help, you can always leave your envelope with me and I'll give it to her as soon as I see her.
I hesitate. Up till now, we have always dealt with her in person, and that has always been successful. Do you think I should give it to you?
Mais bien sûr. Qu'est-ce que je fais? Ouais, vous pouvez
Don't
compter
worry,
sur moi.
Your Eminence. Your secret is safe with me. You know my mother's reputation. As her son, I will defend the de Richet's word with the same fervor.
I would expect nothing less. Listen to me, my child. If I give you the letter, can you promise me before God that no one other than your mother will read it?
Confrontation, dernière étape. Pour la dernière étape d'une confrontation, vous devez convaincre votre interlocuteur avec une réponse positive. Si vous donnez une mauvaise réponse, cette étape se répétera jusqu'à ce que vous en donniez une bonne. Que vous soyez à court de maladresse. La dernière étape d'une confrontation se répétera si vous échouez.
It's So it's not through a lack of goodwill, but I'd rather swear by something else.
Bah, I beg your pardon?
I mean, to be honest with you, and for my promise to keep all its value, I assure you, it would be better if I didn't swear before God. I shall swear upon my mother's life, if you prefer.
Are you aware of the enormity of what you just said to me, young man?
I swear by the Almighty God to honor the promise that no one but my mother shall cast her gaze upon your letter.
Good. Listen, let's stop there.
Ah, il a quand même géré au
I'm
final.
going to tell you a secret, Monsieur de Ricci. Your mother and I are organizing the escape of a large number of French priests who face a massacre organized by the accursed Republican tribunals. The church is literally being bled like a beast. Without your mother, hundreds of men of the cloth would have gone to the guillotine. She has made the services of your order available to us by organizing the priests' safe passage across the borders. Even if she does not share all our convictions, she always provided assistance. Young man, you can be proud to be her son. Be it only for her sake. Always respect your name. Here, the letter I spoke of. It includes a list of about 15 names ready for departure. Be quick. Remember to tell Sarah when you see her that time is short.
Well played. I'll decide later when I'm alone whether to look at what it contains.
Éléments cachés. De nombreux objets et indices sont cachés. Certains d'entre eux peuvent avoir un impact sur le déroulement du jeu, donc n'hésitez pas à explorer. Bon, on va explorer alors. Hein.
Lives of the Noble Greeks and Romans by Plutarch. A biography of the great men.
Les manuscrits permettent de s'instruire au cours de l'aventure. À chaque début de quête, vous pourrez choisir vos lectures et gagner ainsi des points de compétences permanents. Ok. Je peux m'asseoir, je peux aller par là-bas. On va peut-être attendre, parce que c'est ce qu'il y a de plus naturel d'aller là-bas, visiblement. Et on va voir ailleurs ce qu'il y a. Est-ce qu'on peut ouvrir les portes? Bon, visiblement non.
I've just arrived. It might be bad manners to go upstairs without being invited.
Mais je le connais ce tableau, je crois. Ok. Oh, qu'est-ce donc? Croix de Malte. La croix de Malte octroie l'effet exalté. Vous percevez temporairement les immunités et les vulnérabilités affectant les choix des dialogues lors de 15 euros. Vous ne pouvez pas en porter plus de 5.
Fall of the Damned by Rubens. The man who cannot achieve the salvation of God the Father is offered to fall into the depths of the abyss.
Ok. Il peut le faire devant tous les tableaux, ça? Ah oui.
Blind Oedipus. Blinded himself. What a tragic destiny.
Ah, attends, est-ce que du coup c'est quel tableau ça?
Saturn devouring his son. Good God, how awful. Everything in this painting is disturbing. It's the first time I've seen brushstrokes like this. Crucifixion of St. Peter. He was crucified upside down, out of humility. Surprising for an entrance hall.
Ok. Qu'est-ce qu'on a d'autre? On n'a rien.
Maybe I should introduce myself to the other guests first.
Hein, on n'a rien d'autre?
I thought my chimney was big, but this one is beyond belief.
It's the least one can say. I've been longing for a warm fire for ages.
Since I set foot on the island, I haven't ventured more than 2 yards away from it.
Have you also just arrived?
Oh, late morning, I'd say.
Louis, come join us. Monsieur, may I introduce you to Monseigneur His Eminence, Cardinal Piaggi. He joins us straight from Rome.
Oh, just call me Your Eminence. It's simple.
George Washington, President of the United States of America.
Excusez-moi.
Delighted at last to make your
Qu'est-ce qu'il fout
acquaintance,
là,
Mr.
Mr.
Doré.
Washington?
Pleased to meet you, Mr. President. Louis Moras de Richet. It is an honor to meet you.
Young man, let's keep it simple, please. Let us forget our fancy titles. Nice to meet you, Louis.
I should imagine you never thought you'd be in such company.
I must admit that I didn't. It's the first time that I've ever met so many illustrious personalities.
And you haven't seen anything yet. Generally, when Lord Mortimer organizes one of his receptions, there are over a dozen people here.
They can't all be here yet, and you'll see, most of the time there's only the upper crust.
And I noticed you were already getting to know His Eminence at the entrance. It's the perfect place to build
Pour se
up
faire
a
son réseau,
network.
bah oui, en même temps, tu
What
m'étonnes, il y a le
were
président des
you talking
États-Unis.
about, if you forgive my
Tu m'étonnes qu'on peut faire
indiscretion?
le réseau.
At the risk of disappointing you, we weren't conspiring in our corner, sir. His Eminence was simply telling me that he knew my mother and how much he held her in high esteem.
It so happens that Monsieur de Richet's mother is to join us.
Oh, pity. No scrumptious gossip or juicy tidbits, unmentionable secrets, or even
Calme-toi.
money matters.
Calme-toi,
But
Georges.
you'll see, it will come. Despite all the goodwill in the world, you can't stop people scheming left and right around here.
Speak for yourself, sir.
Well, my friends, do any of you know the reason why we're here this time?
Not in the slightest. As for me, I've been invited by Sir Horn, a close friend of Lord Mortimer, but I do not know the reason why.
You see, Louis, every time Lord Mortimer organizes a reception, he always finds a moment to set up a chat with all the guests,
During which time we remake the world.
accompanied by gallons of absinthe and cussing. I'll leave you to imagine the result.
So, if I understand rightly,
Colbert.
Monsieur de Richet, you've come out here to join your mother. For what reason, exactly?
Ah, elle a disparu.
Lord Mortimer asked me to drop everything and come find my mother, who seems to have disappeared during her stay here. I took the first boat, and here I am.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be, sir. It's not your fault.
Seriously, though, I know your mother well. Stay behind with me afterwards, and we'll take a moment to speak about her.
Good Lord. Washington is wearing the emblem of the Grand Master of the Golden Order. It's the highest distinction of the order in the United States. It puts him on par with my mother. He must really know his stuff when it comes to the occult.
Good evening, my friends.
Holy shit. That's the man from my
Oh, le
vision.
canard, là.
An urgent case has delayed our host, Lord Mortimer. He can't be present this evening, and he sends
c'est
his
qui, lui?
deepest apologies.
Il est vieux.
He's asked me here and he hasn't even turned up? Great start. Do you know that man?
Sir Gregory Holm, an English aristocrat, very influential. He's also close to Lord Mortimer, so don't be surprised if he acts like he's at home.
And now, my dear guests, a light meal is served in the small salon. For those who would like to, you're invited to follow me into the next room.
My dear fellow, you must have read my thoughts.
Oh là là, mais quel
Shall follow.
vipère, qu'est-ce que
We'll
c'est
have to be
lui?
careful not to
Il est
make
affreux.
too much noise. One of Lord Mortimer's guests is relaxing.
Oh, we shall be quiet.
Don't take it the wrong way, Sir Holm, but I have already eaten. Thus, I shall be happy to remain by the fireside.
If you don't mind, Gregory, I should like to keep Mr. Washington company.
Please feel at home. And you, sir?
If I stay with Washington, we'll be able to speak about my mother. But on the other hand, I'd like to learn more about this home. I saw him in my vision. Let's Let's see what Washington has to say.
On va rester écouter Washington, je
Sir,
crois.
if you don't mind, I shall stay here.
Do exactly as you please, young man.
Louis, thank you for staying. Just like you, when I arrived this morning, I found out that Sarah had gone missing. I know your mother well. Don't worry. Emily is from the English branch of the Golden Order.
And President Washington is in fact the leader of the Order in the United States.
I didn't know.
Sorry to have made you wait, but I didn't want to speak in front of the others.
You did well. Secrecy and discretion
De
are the
l'ordre Doré,
pillars
mais
of our
donc,
organization.
allez, au revoir.
If I can help in any way at all, please don't hesitate to ask, my lad. And if you have any other questions, now's the time.
Mother has always had a fascination for Lord Mortimer, but has never wanted to tell me why.
Lord Mortimer
on
is
lui
a
poser toutes les
remarkable
questions.
man. He's wealthy and is advisor to the very highly placed. Your mother is the head of the Order in France. It doesn't surprise me that he asked her to come.
Lord Mortimer greatly contributed to financing my electoral
Ah oui,
campaign.
d'accord, donc il a la main partout, quoi.
But I want this to be clear, without ever seeking to gain an advantage.
And that is to his credit.
Yes, you can trust him.
Alors, il en tire
He
pas
will do
davantage, mais
everything
bon.
in his power to help you find Sarah.
Mr. Washington, you seem to be very familiar with my mother.
Where did you first meet her?
I met Sarah during the War of Independence on American soil. She was introduced to me by a mutual acquaintance, and I must say that her sound advice prevented me from making some
Ah oui,
terrible
donc sa mère a
mistakes.
aidé pour la guerre
She may
d'indépendance.
not be a soldier, but believe me, she deserves a statue as much as Lafayette does.
Well, I didn't see that one coming. There's no doubt Mother has many secrets that are still hidden.
Right. Would it be too much if I asked you a few more questions?
Not at all. Go ahead. But I can't promise I'll remember everything.
Hey,
May I ask,
Dieu monsieur.
when you saw
Je me
each
souviens
other, what did you talk about? When she came to the US, did you exchange ideas about the Golden Order?
Exactly. What's more, she was essential in helping set up the American branch of the Order. I would never have become its leader without her help. We are a new country. And to achieve our
c'est grâce à la
democratic
mère, quoi.
ideals, we need to count on discrete powers such as our organization.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping to speak with Lord Mortimer. At least now I have some information, thanks to you.
I repeat, Lord Mortimer is a man of his word. You won't be disappointed.
C'est ce qu'on
And
verra.
I am persuaded that your mother's research is his main concern.
Mother still is at the head of the Golden Order. I find it difficult to believe that she came to this island without notifying the other members.
As for myself, I did not know. I am here at the request of Sir Holm, a situation regarding the Crown of England to resolve, and to see what Lord Mortimer has to propose to us.
Donc il y a
As
les
for
Anglais et
me,
les Américains.
Lord Mortimer asked me here to speak about the future of America. I did not know that your mother would even be among us. In any case, no one has yet mentioned associating the Order.
We haven't found many clues yet.
Don't worry, Louis. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to her.
Bien sûr.
Yes, I hope not.
Careful, they're coming back.
Oh là, qui c'est ça encore? Il est encore pire que...
Well, I am impressed
Holm.
with all this splendor.
But don't spend too much time with Mr. Washington, my dear, or you'll lose your pretty accent. You seem to be intrigued by that statue.
Absolutely. It is remarkable.
Lord Mortimer is fond of atypical works of art. I won't disguise the fact that I find it all a little megalomaniacal. But I must say, he does have some outstanding pieces.
Sir Holm, who was that young lady with you?
Elizabeth Adams, Mr. President. She would have liked to have stayed with us, but the poor thing is exhausted.
Elizabeth Adams?
Just mentioning Elizabeth totally changed Washington's attitude.
Voilà.
Looks like he just saw a ghost.
On a l'œil.
Miss Adams is here to rest. You have perhaps already come across her in the corridors. She arrived a few days ago.
I perceived her, but we weren't introduced.
Rest assured, she is not here for the same reasons as yourselves. Consequently, I'm counting on your indulgence.
Ah, vite.
Washington looks surprised, but Holmes doesn't seem to see it. I wonder if he's being polite or if he really doesn't see his discomfort.
On that note, it's very late. You must be exhausted.
On est pas mal, on est pas mal.
The servant will accompany you to your rooms.
Voir dans le menu. Ok, fais voir. Talent là. Réussir 2 confrontations. Ok, on a fait une. Ah oui, d'accord. Échouer 2 confrontations. Touche à tout. Oh, ok. Faire un choix de dialogue 20 fois avant la fin de la jauge. C'est pas mal, ça en gagne un point de vigilance. Ah, on peut découvrir toutes les immunités, ok. Et ça nous donne quoi? Un point de compétence en psychologie sciences, ok. Ok, bon, je voulais voir si le fait de réussir
Ladies, gentlemen, I bid you all good night.
Ah, les
Mr. President,
opportunités, ok.
Your Eminence,
C'est bon, j'ai les
Duchess,
opportunités, les
you have the
confrontations, c'est la
same
même
rooms
chose.
as usual. You, Monsieur de Richet, will find your room at the end of the corridor.
Well, my friends, I am bone tired. I am off to my bed. See you in the morning.
Good night, sir. I shall do likewise.
Louis, I shall see you in the morning. Sleep well.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Oh man,
Mais je comprends les
quite a
coucher,
day. Right, where is my room?
On va chercher 2-3 trucs quand même. Je peux pas redescendre. Ok. Donc je peux aller par là. On va chercher.
Monsieur Napoléon Bonaparte.
Ah oui, excuse-nous. Il y a Napoléon Bonaparte. Très bien.
Monsieur Jacques Perru.
Monsieur Jacques Perru. Un livre.
A few leaves out of an old encyclopedia.
Élixir d'or. Vous débarrasse de toutes vos altérations négatives. Très bien. On peut descendre? On peut pas descendre. Oh, un livre?
The Quorum Guide.
On peut pas être équipé. Ok. Ah, il faut rassembler toutes les pages, ok. Pièce égarée dans le manoir de Lord Mortimer. Il y a plein de trucs à récupérer en plus. On va arrêter au taquet là. On est où là? On a fait le tour? Ah, je peux vous dire que je récupère tout ce que je peux. On va pas se gêner. Des verres là, non? Je peux monter peut-être? Ah non. Ah, c'est la chambre de qui ça?
Monsieur Johann von Wollner.
Von Wollner, ah c'est un allemand ça. C'est immense, il y a des escaliers partout. Ok, et qu'est-ce qu'il y a au bout de ce couloir là? Ok, il y a une chambre. Ah, le problème c'est que je deviens parano dans les jeux comme ça. Parce que je me dis mais... Il faut tout examiner pour avoir des indices sur tout.
President George Washington.
Ah, on se rapproche. Washington il est parti en face. Donc c'est bien un... C'est bien un cercle. Wow. Ah oui. Pièces de collection. Ok. Ah, faut vraiment chercher partout. Gelée royale. C'est bien ça. Qu'est-ce que... Oui. Pièces de collection encore. Je sais pas trop à quoi ça sert les pièces de collection.
Monseigneur His Eminence Cardinal Piaggi.
Ah bah ça va être là.
Huh, that's me.
Ok. Attends, est-ce que du coup... On est passé d'un côté mais... Le parquet en chevron il grince.
Duke Manuel Godoy.
Ah bah le duc. Ok, c'est là où on était tout à l'heure là. Ok, oui. Eh bien allez, allons à notre chambre. On a dit que c'était ici.
Right. So what shall I do with this letter? It might be about my mother's disappearance. But if I open it, I'll be betraying Piaggi's trust. What should I do? Damn. Can't wait to open it, but
Allez.
I gave my word to Piaggi,
On
so...
ne l'ouvre pas.
Too bad. I'll wait until I hand it to Mother.
Wow, nice room. Mortimer sure doesn't do things halfway.
Tu parles de déco toi?
Saint Jerome and the Angel. Yet again, art with political undertones with an image of a saint hearing voices.
Judith beheading Holofernes. Ironic in a way, when you know that the artist represented herself as Judith beheading her mentor, who had raped her.
Saturn devouring his son. Again? I saw the same theme in the hall. I wouldn't like to be his son.
Oui, on a déjà eu un...
Saint Francis of Assisi in ecstasy, before superior voices.
L'extase de Saint François, c'est vrai qu'il est
It
en
always
extase.
amuses me to see how art gets used for propaganda purposes. The conversion of St. Paul, by Caravaggio. It's incredible. It doesn't look like a copy, but I was sure the original was in Rome.
Ah oui, mais je pense que c'est pas là une copie. Ok.
Inferno by Dante. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here. Lovely lectures Mortimer's giving to his guests. Very jolly.
On peut ouvrir? Ah, on peut aller sur le balcon. C'est infini. L'eau de mélisse. Votre 3 l'effet concentré. Votre prochaine utilisation de compétence est gratuite.
Carmelite water will give me a little reprieve.
Il y a quoi dans le... Ah, il y a des pages de manuscrites là. Je pense que... Non, je peux pas les récupérer ça. Hop hop hop. Il y a pas... Ah non, c'est que c'est un reflet. Oh.
Bazant.
Pièce de collection. Et voilà.
A sesterce.
Et... On est déjà pas mal, hein. 4 pièces de collection, je sais pas à quoi ça sert. Mais... Ok, rentrons. Oh non. Ah, l'erreur stratégique du joueur français. Qui rentre par la mauvaise porte, du coup qui déclenche la cinématique. Je n'ai pas récupéré le livre sur les quais. J'aurais pu faire une rencontre inattendue. Je suis resté discuter, ok. Très bien. Ah, on a 4 points. Pas mal ça. 4 points, ça veut dire potentiellement... un niveau pour un interrogatoire. On peut prendre un niveau en psychologie et en mettre un autre ailleurs. Ah, on peut mettre 3 en subterfuge. Exercez votre compétence, nanana. Et des insultes voilées. Ok. Je sens qu'on va partir sur subterfuge qui permet de débloquer des trucs quand même. Ce qui est pas mal. Et on va mettre un point... Un point en vigilance. Allez, go, on va faire comme ça. Ah, équipement de manuscrit. Cette page vous permet de choisir vos lectures au cours de l'histoire. Chaque livre que vous lisez vous conférera des points de compétence en fin de quête. J'ai rien contre psychologie. Je vais prendre la psychologie. Parce que du coup, il m'en restera plus que 2 à débloquer. Oui, c'est ça. Et bah allez, hein.